Hi, we're here live with the CBH at Edwards Nursery off Nelson Road in Moses Lake. I'm here with Karen Edwards. She is the owner, and do you want to tell us a little bit about your business?
Well, we do a full range of materials from the plants and trees and shrubs and flowers and vegetables, and a lot of people are interested in herbs too, but at this time of year we're going much more heavily into living Christmas trees that people can give as gifts, or they can take them out and plant them in the yard. They take them in for the week of Christmas. We don't recommend taking them in longer than a week. We also are doing swags and wreaths, heavier on the swags than the wreaths, and some specialized garland. We make custom garland, sometimes with cedar and juniper berries, or cedar and holly cones, whatever the customer wants.
And are there any things really trending this year on the wreaths? Or the swag is trending, I guess?
Well, people always like the holly, and noble is always a good one.
The noble, that's these darker
noble fir
blue.
in the background. Pine is good. Juniper berries are fabulous this year, and the holly, the berries are really nice sized. It's something they could also take in and use for a centerpiece on a table or something if they wanted to too, for dinner.
Otherwise, people hang these on your doors, inside or outside, put them on a table.
Yeah, right. But they, hanging on a door outside in this cold weather, they'll last clear through till March.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes people will take the Santa Claus off and put
Some more
Valentine or flowers or something on them for later. I even had one lady say that Hawk came in and took the bird off her swag.
They're very realistic.
And it's rustic when we're using the fresh ones. And these are all fresh cut. Some of them are from this area. We have a lot of different kinds of pine and juniper here. The berries are better over on the coast, and my dad has a nursery over on the coast still.
Oh, really?
And that's where we get the Hinoki cypress. And I don't know that these have the Hinoki, well, this has cedar in it, but there's some inside that have Hinoki cypress, threadleaf cypress, and other things like that that don't grow quite as well here.
And how long have you been doing this?
Well, it's been over 35 years now.
35,
Pretty close to 40 years.
Wow.
But,
And you still enjoy it?
Oh, yes. And this is something not only that you can use for decorating your own home, but they make very nice gifts or hostess gifts. It's just something very cheerful. Or later on, we're making the baskets with the greenery and different things, and little keepsake figurines in them. That could be like the birds and the snowman and Santas can be kept from year to year, and we have some angels floating around somewhere. These are larch branches right here with the cones on them that could be used in the arrangements, and we have lots of holly, juniper. We even have California bay. It's related to the cooking bay.
The bay leaf.
A bay leaf that you use in cooking, but it's stronger, and if you use too much, you get diarrhea.
Yeah.
It's too strong. If you use it,
Well, they smell really good. I love the smell of them, and they're beautiful. I love all the different colors of greens and the blues and reds and
it's,
ornaments.
Red is always a good color, but the plaid seems to be catchy too. And then we do some with...
It is the Pacific Northwest.
Use a gold or silver ribbon with angels or doves and the berries and everything. Just different people have different ideas what they want to put on their door or over their windows or wherever they want to put it. But it depends on their decor.
And what do you use to decorate your house?
Well, I would go more heavily with the birds or the bright red ribbon. Plaid is fine too.
Well, maybe we'll go inside and look at some of the pieces you have in there.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Birds are always a favorite, and those are white and gold. This is gold with red birds and the variegated holly.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But the cardinals are
It makes the leaves look gold too.
Right. And that's not going to stand up here. This one has cones in it, and cones and cedar and berries, and I've got all kinds of greenery going up through here. I don't know if you want to see the different kinds of greenery up here.
Sure.
You can see how we've been cutting up the holly. We've got it down in water, but the water is frozen this year. This year has been unusually cold. So.
Yeah, it has been cold lately.
But holly, boxwood, and this is yew.
And they each have their own smell.
They're different. Some of them smell, the noble smells more than some of the others. This is Douglas fir down here, and the Douglas fir is fabulous this year. See, it's really thick and frozen in.
Yeah.
And cedar. Now we have cedar down in the field too. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
It's just
really
frozen right in there.
right.
Yeah. So to order any of your swag or wreaths or garland, what does someone need to do?
We'll call in, give us a name and phone number, and then we can talk to them and figure out what they like and what kind. Some people like pine, some people don't like it at all. And
And what's your number?
well, my cell phone is a 760-2222 number. Nursery number is a 765-6367. But if we're out too far from the from the phone, we won't hear it. So the cell phone is usually the best one. These are Christmas rose over on the coast. There, these are hellebores, and those will come up like that and open up and bloom. And I thought one year they were caught, and it's all the snow and ice over them. And I thought we'd lose all the blooms.
Yeah.
And they opened up after the snow melted, and the snow was around them, and they just came right out. And,
Through the snow.
well, the snow had melted off the pots.
Okay.
And these hybrids will come up and look you right in the eye, whereas many of the older varieties, the flowers sort of drooped. And the later hellebores are your Lenten rose, and those bloom for a long time in the spring. They're evergreen, they're great. They're more for semi-shade to shade, but they will take a fair amount of sun. We already sold one for Christmas. We also sell things like this too. This is holly. You need a male and female, so these are a little bit more expensive because they have two in each pot. A male and female. And holly need to be in a more protected area in this in the basin, but I know there's one over there to the right of the door at the athletic club. It's been there for years. Some years they do better than others, but they do need both the male and female. This is the California Bay I was talking about. And you can rub it and smell it. And we sometimes work these into flower arrangements.
They smell good.
But they work beautifully in bouquets, and they're fragrant. And these are things that dry nicely. These are other kinds of greens right here. This is a shore pine, although we use Austrian. Ponderosas are nice to work with too. But you can see the berries on them this year.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Very abundant.
This is Scidapes or umbrella pine. It's gorgeous to work into flower arrangements.
And where are those from?
Those are from my dad's nursery.
Wow.
And he cut them.
Yeah. He cut them himself. That's just amazing.
Or he told somebody which branches he wanted.
Yeah.
But they're different, and they make a gorgeous arrangement either by themselves or maybe a few of the camellia buds, like this. And the camellia buds show up. They don't always open up, but it makes a different texture.
Right. And what color would they bloom?
Well, those are rosy colored. Those are some my dad planted a long time ago, and most of them have been taken out now, but there's one there that's about 30 feet high.
Wow.
Which is quite rare.
Yeah.
See, we start with a whole pile of these and then start working them in along the wire over there on the other side, on the other table. We've got a couple of swags over there that we'll finish wiring, and then we can start doing this. And I can show you the garland down on the other end too.
Oh, sure.
So we have a wreath making machine here.
You have a wreath making machine?
See,
oh,
like this?
wow.
Get everything layered out on it,
Uh-huh.
and then put them in place.
And so do you use a floral wire, small little pieces, or do you
No.
just have a wire wrap
No,
all the way around?
it's like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then it clamps. And you put that on, and then we clamp it. When all the greens are in there, then we clamp it on the greens, and that holds them all in place.
Oh.
And they have to weave them in so that the ends are in underneath, and
So every wreath comes with a wire
oh yeah,
skeleton like that.
Right.
Oh, that makes sense.
holly. We do a lot of these of the noble.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of hinoki or different kinds of cypress and holly. And we just did one with the holly and the berry and juniper berries on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the berries show up really well in the dark.
Huh.
I don't know what.
Just the brightness.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
But
Beautiful.
and these all last a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said through March.
Well, we've had a number of people say that, and I have done it too.
Mm-hmm. Just hang it on the outside of your door then, or?
Right, outside they last a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I have done some with the English yew and some of those inside, and you can do it all right and keep them in the house till spring. But after that, they get pretty sort of dusty
And brittle. They
brittle.
start getting brittle and.
Yeah, they do get brittle then.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that makes feathery. Line.
Beautiful,
Now
yeah.
this noble fir has more of the bluish color to it.
Yeah, it is very.
Actually, technically this is probably a Nordman fir, but and over here for living trees, a Nordman does better than the noble fir. Alpines are out of the same family, but from a higher altitude.
Well, thank you for having us out at your nursery,
thank
Karen.
you.
These are really beautiful.
Well, thank you.
And it sounds like a great place to start a holiday family tradition. So we'll see you next year.
Well, you don't have to wait till next year. You can come anytime.
All right, we will.
All right, we just got back from Edward's Nursery, visiting with Karen Edwards, and she had some beautiful wreaths and some beautiful wreath ideas for us. I started this year making a few wreaths myself from the boughs that were cut from the bottom of my Christmas tree, and I thought I'd share you just a little how to at home make your own wreath for Christmas. They smell amazing, they're beautiful, and you can customize them any way you want. So here's a finished product, a wreath I did. It's got brown and noble trees in it, noble boughs. And you can see here on the back what I used is a metal clothes hanger. And so then it comes with its own hanger, and then you also have the structure for the wreath. So you start by getting all your things together. We have boughs from at least 2 different kinds of trees here, maybe 3, fir, brown, and noble. We've got twine. You can also use floral wire or any kind of string really. I have scissors, pruners to cut about 6-inch pieces off of the boughs to add, and of course I have my metal hanger. So I start by widening the point where there's the corner on the hangers, and then do the other one. And then you eventually work around and make it into a circle, which I have right here. And once you have your circle, you grab a piece of string or your floral wire or whatever, and you cut it to the length that you'd like. So we have a piece here. And then we're going to take our boughs, and it's recommended that you make about 6-inch pieces. I like to have a variety, whether it be a little under, a little over 6 inches, and make sure that if you have a variety of boughs, that you're getting a variety of different pieces that you can add together to make into one beautiful wreath. So I just did a couple there. Here's a noble piece, or maybe not, but so I'll just do a couple pieces of those. And then I start, and to get a fuller wreath, I usually put at least 2 pieces together. I figure where I want them at the wreath, and I've been starting at the top. You can do it however is best for you. And I start about 1 inch down the bow, and then tie a knot around both the bow pieces and the metal wire hanger. Do a double knot. Sometimes I'll also take some more of the string and wrap it around the bottom bow here, and that just secures it better to the wire and makes sure that you won't see the wire later. And then leave the top one loose. That way it kind of sticks up and gives it that dimension that Karen also mentioned, how the shape is really important. So then I'm going to take 2 more together, and I fit it in under the bow right below where the last one was tied. Wrap that around. Again, under at least 1 bow so you don't see the string there. And then tie a knot in the back of there. Karen told me it is much easier to use wire, so that's something you might recommend. I recommend for you. It's just that I had string at my house and I wasn't going out, looking to run to a store really quick to do my home project. I just wanted to be home and do something for the holidays. So again, I'm just taking 2 pieces. I'm going to slip it under where the last one was made. Knot was made. Tie it around once. Usually I also try to maybe get 1 inch down the bow and also around one of the first branches of the bow, and again that just helps secure it. So tied once around, wrapped around, and then tie a little knot. And it smells really good in here already. These bows have been in my house for about a week and they are starting to get brittle already, so you're probably going to want to do this as soon as you get the bow, your tree into your house. And then hang it up somewhere. Karen said they could last a lot longer outside, or they'd last through the holidays inside. You could bend the hook down, and inside the circle that'd be a nice centerpiece. You could put candles or maybe some treats, Chex Mix in the middle of there. You could hang it over your mantle, inside or outside, on your door, or wherever you like. But this is how we started. You can see that's just 3 pieces. It goes pretty fast. There's the back side. Again, you can see how I just tied the knots at each of the bottom of the bows about 1 inch down, and you have your hook ready. This one was not a circle. I actually extended it so it's more of an oval shape, and so you get these nice pieces hanging down. And then to decorate, I'm thinking I'm going to use those little cuties or tangerines and maybe super glue those onto here or tie them somehow. I'm also thinking about doing popcorn strands with cranberries. Just something, kind of old-fashioned, but that adds color. You could also put tree ornaments on there, tinsel, anything you like. Maybe a little, family name or something for the front of your door. Bells would be really cute. You can use your imagination. You'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you. Good luck. You can also see how to make your own wreaths on our Pinterest page. You can find us at Columbia Basin Herald on Pinterest, and become our friend and get some more how-to at home, with just stuff you have lying around the house. Decorate your house for the holidays. So thanks very much. Happy holidays.